Shalom. To start off this lesson, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and citation to the sincere brothers pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth diligently. To you I say Shalom. I'm the brother of Warburn Lawyer from the GMS Miami, the Heralds of Yahweh Shai camp, and I come back with another lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is Never Trust Thy Enemy. All right. Once again, never trust thy enemy. And I was watching the brothers, man, the brothers of my camp. They was doing a lesson about never trust thy enemy. All right, and I watched the first part of it, and I watched a few minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes of the second part, because it was cut up into parts. The one that I was watching, all right, on the brothers' page, it was cut up into parts. So, I watched the first part. I watched like a couple minutes of the second part, but from watching it, and the Lord allowed, me to have a title, man, all right, which is Never Trust Thy Enemy, all right, which is the same title as the brothers, man, all right, and the Spirit hit me to look up enemy in the online etymology dictionary, all right, and I don't know if I did this before. I probably did this before, or I probably never did this, and this is my first time. I don't remember. We in the flesh, we forget things. All right, but I looked up enemy, and it says early 13C. It says one hateful toward and intent on harming. All right. It continues, said enemy, adversary, foe, demon, the devil, and an enemy. All right. And unfriend, all right, hostile, unfriendly, all right, and it continues, man. But something that really caught my eye is right here where it says one hateful toward. It says one hateful toward and intent on harming someone, all right, and I screenshotted this and I shared this with brothers, man, and I was telling brothers like, hey, man, because I'm gonna read it again. It says one hateful toward and intent on harming someone. Who wants to harm us, man? Who wants to harm the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? All right, we know the other heathen nations want to harm us as well, but ultimately, who wants to? Who really wants to harm us? The so-called white man. All right, which they're, the so-called white people. Well, yeah, the so-called white man, the so-called white people. All right, the so-called white race. All right, they want to harm the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They want to harm us, man. All right, which those people, the so-called white people, all right, the so-called white, I'm going to just keep it plain. I know I said different things before. I'm going to just keep it plain. The so-called white people, which, I want to also say they're not even white, they're red. Those people want to harm you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Israelites. You're God's chosen people. All right? And the white people, the so-called white people, which they're actually red, they want to harm you. All right? And they're also your enemies, man. Okay? And you ought not to trust them, man. You ought not to trust your enemy, all right? And what is one reason why you ought not to trust your enemy? Because your enemy seeks to what? Harm you, man, all right? And your enemy hates you, all right? Let's read this, man. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So never trust thy enemy. That's plain and simple. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, least when he hath overcome thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? All right. So, the point is, man, we ought not to trust our enemy, man. All right. Even though he might, humble himself, go crouching, all right, and etc., man, we ought not to trust our enemy, man. All right. By you trusting your enemy, all right, problems come. All right. By you trusting your enemy, problem comes. By you trusting your enemy, you get stabbed in the back. All right. By you trusting your enemy, different things happen. We ought not to trust our enemies, man. I'm going to read it again, verse 10. The book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It says never trust thy enemy. Never. Not today. It says never. It doesn't say trust him today, don't trust him tomorrow. It doesn't say trust him this hour, don't trust him the next hour. It says never trust thy enemy. All right? And you see what trusting for those watching, you see what trusting the enemy gets our people, man. All right? They take this stabby stab, now they sick. All right? Now they dropping dead and etc. Why? Because they trusted their enemy. All right? And you have different things I can bring out, man, of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, trusting the so-called white man, all right, which is actually read, trusting him and seeing problems happen because they trusted him, man. All right? We ought not to trust our enemy, okay? And our number one, this is the book of Psalms. And if I don't have nothing else, I'll close out. This was something quick. This is the book of Psalms. Matter of fact, yeah, let's read this, man. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 7. I'm going to get right to, I'll start at verse 1 and read down to verse 7, okay? Well, actually verse 6. Well, matter of fact, I'll let the Spirit take over. This is Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Verse 6, this is the point. This is what I really wanted. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes. All right, I'm going to continue though. Jebal and Moab and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, all right. Asher also is joined with them. They have Holton, the children of La Salah, all right. And the point was, man, verse 6, man, because it names the first enemy, the tabernacles of Edom, man, all right. The Edomites are our number one enemy, bro. All right. The Edomites are our number one enemy. Okay. And we ought not to trust our enemy. All right. Whatever comes out our enemy's mouth is a lie. It's deceit. It's wickedness, man. All right. It's a trap. Okay. Listen, I'm going to close out with this, man. All right? If nothing else comes to mind. This is Psalms chapter 58 and verse 3. All right? It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So as soon as they come out the womb, they speak lies, man. All right. Well, let me say this. As soon as they come out the womb, they speaking lies, man. All right. And that continues. All right. That continues it continues from the beginning all the way to their death, man. All right. Lies coming out their mouths, man. All right. So if lies are coming out these people's mouths from the beginning, all right, why should you trust them, man? All right? Why? They're the wicked, man. Okay? They all right? They been lying. They're going to continue to lie. They're going to lie until their death, man. Okay? We ought not to trust our enemies, man. All right? Their whole mindset, they hate us. They hate the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. God's people. They hate them. All right? And we ought not to trust them. Okay? And shit, the same way they hate us, shit, we gotta hate them too. We're not supposed to love our enemy. All right? Our enemy done did all type of shit to us, but we gonna love our enemy now. Fuck that, man. All right? If you're in the right mind, you would want your enemy to go into captivity. All right? The same way you went into captivity, all right? Shit. Okay? Let me say this, man. I'm gonna say this, man. All right? If you're in the right mind, I'd rather say this. If you're in the right mind, you will want your enemy to go into captivity, man. All right? You will want him to be in chains, man. You will want him to be put out of rulership. I'm going to just say that, man. Okay? I'd rather say that. Okay? All the hell you went through, you would want him to go through, man. All right? Not all the extra wickedness he put us through. All the extra wickedness he put us through, we're not going to put him through, but we're going to deal with him in righteousness, man, when he's in captivity, man. All right? We're going to deal with him we're going to deal with him with righteousness, I should say, man. Okay? Plain and simple. And this devil will go into captivity. He shall not go unpunished for all the things that he has done, man, and he still is doing, man. Okay? He's not going to run into the sunset on a horse, man. Plain and simple. Okay? So I just want to bring that out, man. Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and citation to the sincere brothers pushing his truth in all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth diligently. To you I say shalom. Never trust thy enemy.